Certain South Carolinians who suffered damage or lost income from Hurricane Helene can now apply for help with their grocery bills. The federal government estimates around 350,000 households could be eligible for the Disaster Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or DSNAP. Your State House reporter Mary Green explains who's eligible and how this assistance can really help.
The first big thing to know is that you cannot receive DSNAP if you're already enrolled in SNAP, what used to be known as the food stamps program. But lower to moderate income South Carolinians in 28 counties could be eligible if they meet certain requirements.
As of 1 o'clock today, we've received over 24,000 online pre-registration applications.
To qualify, South Carolinians must fall below a certain income threshold, and they must have suffered a loss from Hurricane Helene, like damage to their home or loss of income because of a disaster-related problem, like their workplace being closed. The South Carolina Department of Social Services says federal guidelines stipulate that food loss alone is not a qualifying factor for DSNAP assistance. The 28 counties whose residents may be eligible for DSNAP are split into two phases based on when their residents can apply online. People who live in these counties in Phase 1 can apply for DSNAP this week through this Friday. People living in Phase 2 counties can do so next week.
That does require several pieces of identification that have to be submitted with the online pre-registration. Things like a copy of your South Carolina driver's license or ID card, as well as your proof of address showing that you resided in the county during Hurricane Helene at the end of September. These are the requirements that the feds require us to collect.
After pre-registering, applicants will have a telephone interview scheduled.
Questions are going to be asked about what damage did you sustain at your house? Were there any damages that were not covered by insurance or maybe other FEMA funds that you may be receiving? Did you have any out-of-pocket expenses where you couldn't reside in your home?
And there will be opportunities for eligible South Carolinians to apply and interview in person in early December for DSNAP assistance, but DSS does encourage folks to use that online application and phone interview process if they can. Reporting from the State House, I'm Mary Green.
People who are approved will receive a card, like a debit card, which they can use to purchase food at authorized SNAP retailers. DSS says that they should get those cards in the mail about 3 days or so after their approval, and then those benefits will expire if they are not used for 9 months.